I meet lots of interesting people who I want to help, and the best way for me to give back is to quickly share who they're helping professionally and who they wish they could privately or philanthropically help more. And I help you by keeping the interview short and sweet. People in my circle can pick and choose who to directly and indirectly help with their business or charitable contributions. Who are you helping? Don't forget to subscribe or follow me on YouTube and TikTok so they start paying me to do more content like this. Let's get started. Hey, how's it going? I'm Dan Fredenberg, and this is Who Are You Helping? Today I'm joined with John Arledge. Okay, cool. I kind of butchered it a little bit here, but first of all, John, how you doing today?
I'm blessed.
Excellent, excellent. That's good stuff. And so, just so you know, if you've never seen an episode of Who Are You Helping before, what's going on is I've got, because of my lifestyle, I'm lucky to have more time freedom, a little bit more wiggle room than a lot of other people because I chose real estate coming from tech. And one of the things that I think is really important if you have those sorts of opportunities is to say, well, what can you do to give back? What can you do to give more? And the idea that popped into my head is that if I have people on to talk not just what they do professionally, but also, philanthropically, even artistically or whatever, then that helps you. And I'm going to show you in a few other ways. But before we get too excited with those different details, John, you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, like you said, my name is John Arledge, and currently I am a professional basketball player overseas for 10 years now. Father of two little girls, one recently born a month ago, and been married to my wife for 7 years now. We've known each other since my freshman year in college back in 2010, so we have some skin in the game together. And we're making that stride now in the real estate world. We're very excited, man. We're very excited to for what's to come, and still learn because there's so much more to learn. And people that we've met so far, it excites me even more to see who we're going to meet in the future. You know. From the DMV area, Maryland. I was born in Germany, Frankfurt, Germany. My mother was in the military. She retired in the Army and did her 20 years and got up out of there. Um, and she was a nurse for a long time and has been retired for a while now. Um, so yeah, I mean, I caught the last the end of all her travels. So I wasn't the military brat. We got to Maryland and we stayed in Maryland. Uh, I didn't get all the traveling like that, but I started basketball when I was 14. Um, I grew up a football player. I was a quarterback. And me turning out to be 6'9", not many quarterbacks, if any, that height. But I was fairly pretty good quarterback. I didn't really like basketball. Basketball to me was soft. Uh, I wanted that contact. I didn't like if you touch somebody, they'd be like, "Oh, that's a foul. You can't do that." Like, nah, I didn't like that. I wanted to hit. I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do in that moment. I could do it, and everything would be okay. That's why I love football. Because I played quarterback, I played defensive end, safety, wide receiver. So I was all over the place, played all the positions, but I really loved the contact. Um, and 14, I made that transition into basketball, and things just went up from there for me.
I love that story. That's really, really, really fantastic. And of course, like I don't really wear it on my sleeve. I always let everybody know that I'm from the internet, but I was born in Canada. So that means, I was born and raised with hockey. And so I'm there with you as far as, like not having, it's like, oh, he pushed me. Blow your whistle at him or something. Give him, like that. It's like, are you kidding me? Like it was funny. I actually had one offensive lineman on my Figure It Out show, and the thing I was quizzing him on is whether he knows the hockey terms for fighting, like jerseying somebody and something like that. But we got a different show to go for that. We'll find out those details a little bit later. The first question that I have here for the Who Are You Helping format is, who do you help professionally? And the reason why I have that question included is because not only do I have a background in tech, it's also in marketing. So I'm aware of that one of the most difficult things for people, if they're building a business, if they've got a business, it's learn, and even if you're just a professional in general, it's expressing what you do in a really clear manner so that people will want to do business with you. So that's a tough one to do. And I find that question of who do you help professionally, it really puts a finger on that one, because after all, there's someone out there who's giving you money on a somewhat regular basis, and they don't do that unless they have a really good reason. So John, you already mentioned that you're a professional basketball player overseas. If you want to talk more about the real estate side, just it's up to you, or who's out there in the audience that you find you're particularly well suited to help. Because I want to say one other thing before you start, which is me personally as a tech, I found that I had the attitude of like, I'll learn how to keep my money or keep my wealth after I learn how to gain my wealth, how to build my wealth. And that, quite frankly, was a bit of a mistake. I think that you need to, like, even if you have a large chance that you're going to be making a bunch of money, I do think you need to learn how to hold that wealth. And I think that's what brings a lot of people to real estate. And the people who don't go to some sort of asset that pays you to own it, they end up being those horror stories you hear about professional athletes and musicians who, like 8 months after they're done, basically everything's gone. So John, as far as that question, who do you help professionally, that kind of background, where's that bring you?
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback on what you were saying, that keeping up with the image is a dangerous game,
Mm-hmm.
very dangerous game, and that's what a lot of them fall to. Even when they don't have to, they just feel like they need to be now because of this dangerous weapon, social media.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
want followers, and they feel like, oh, well, you're this big star, you should be having the nicest clothes, the fanciest jewelry, the brand new shoes that nobody has, or the supercar, or nice house, like that image that they have to kind of try to keep up when they don't need to. And social media makes people the believe lies. So I just wanted to touch on that when you
Oh
said
yeah, absolutely. That lifestyle creep, it's a real thing. It gets doctors, it gets lawyers, it gets everybody. It's really something, keeping up with the Joneses, as they say.
touching on like our avatar, right? My avatar. My wife and I, we like to call it our gravatar. It's people who we gravitate to. And I gravitate more towards people in the sports world because it's easy for me to talk to those type of people. It's easy for me to talk to people who are in the sports world because I don't know, it's just easier for me. Because I understand the grind of having to take it serious and be a professional in that manner, and everything that comes with it. So yeah, athletes, coaches, agents, players, every trainers. I try to touch on all of that. I really have a heart, and I can't help it. I really have a heart for the youth. And everything I do, I always try to revert back to how I can just help people be the best version of themselves, because not everybody is was blessed to be Bill Gates, but you can be the best John Arledge you can be. It doesn't have to be Bill Gates, but you can be John Arledge, and yours can equate to Bill Gates because you're the best you, but maybe financially you're not. But it's okay because you're still the best version of yourself. So I want my thing. So with real estate, I wanted to see, all right, so how can I help the youth? And the youth, when it comes to athletes, it stops at the guys at the NILs with NIL. Um, so because those are the ones that are coming across these crazy contracts. And at a young age, it's easy to fall into that keeping up with the Joneses because you grow up listening to the rappers and seeing the superstars, and you're like, man, I want that. And then you get this capital, and you're like, I can do it now. So let me go do that. And it's like, dog, you're 17, 18, 19 years old, fam. Like, take those from 17 to 21, 25, and just take that capital and park it. And then you got 25 on up to enjoy the rest of your life. Do whatever you want, buy everything you want to buy. You're going to be good after that. But just for that 5 years, whatever, 7 years, 8 years, just park your money, son. Park your money. And you're gonna be fine. Because now 25, when you're actually a man, you're not a kid, you can enjoy yourself. You done experience some things and you can enjoy it and you know how to move and you know maybe I don't need to buy that because that's because you done lived a little bit. Maybe I don't need to buy that. Maybe I should just do this. Now you got this investor mind, you got this wealth mindset. So these kids, I'm trying to connect with college coaches, um, ADs in the colleges, so I can speak to the whole athletic body, uh, um, um, and just show them what's possible. Because just think about like you get in a deal. Say you get your 400,000 on the low end now, right? 400,000 NIL deal, $400,000 NIL deal. And just take 200,000 off your NIL deal, put it into a deal. Say it's a 5-year deal. All right, you got your first year, freshman year, boom. Now next year you get another NIL deal. Put half of it into another deal. All right, maybe let's say you go professional after that. You're that good. You go professional. Now you get a professional contract. Now you can put more money into another deal. So every year you're investing in a deal. And say this every year it's a 5-year deal. And then by the time, oh, and then that first deal closes and you avoid the capital gains, you 1031, or ding, 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 if you've invested through the Roth, your IRA, you can avoid all them taxes and just reinvest that capital. Or you can 1031 exchange it, reinvest that, avoid the capital gains, keep it rolling. 10 years, you're multimillionaire. In
Hmm.
10 years, in 10 years, you're in your prime of your professional career. In 10 years, you never know what happened. You could have gotten injured. It could be over. But look what you did for yourself, you know? So that's the root of who I'm going after to help. And then you got your retirement guys, um, those who have been able to take the time to build their self-directed IRAs, and can invest through their IRAs. They don't have to touch their capital if they don't want to, because a lot of people don't want to see that type of money go.
Hmm.
They're they're attached to being able to open up their bank account and just see it there. They want to see it there for themselves. And some people um, are the type of investors where they just want control, and when they don't have control, it's a little worrisome for them. But it's like you can have control. You can invest in the things that you have control in. But if this also builds wealth, you can invest in this too and let that grow also. You don't have to just be one-sided. And that just comes with also just trust, knowledge, and experience, I feel. Yeah, that
Yeah, yeah,
that
you're definitely saying the important stuff. There's no two ways about that. And like it's you really got to understand when your best earning years are going to be and how many years they're going to provide for. And then for those people who just need to see that big number with lots of zeros in their bank account, I encourage them to learn a little bit more about something called inflation, which means that like, well, if I go back to like the 90s, okay, there was a song from a Toronto band, Bare Naked Ladies, called "If I Had $1 Million." Okay, and they listed off all these different things. There's a joke version now about Toronto, which is, "If I had $1 million, I'd buy a house," and then the song ends because that's all you're getting for $1 million, right? And I think it's really, really important that you're emphasizing that. That's some really, really great stuff. And it does dovetail into the next question I have here, which is, who do you wish you could help more? But I want to give a little bit of background to the audience of why that's such an important question. Once again, I'm from the internet, and even though I've lived in a few different places like Taiwan, and here in Canada, all that kind of stuff, everywhere you go, there's a push to shop local and support your local economy. That is very important because you want your neighbors to be successful as well. That way, you've got safe neighborhoods, people have got jobs to do, and all that sort of stuff, right? But if somebody's from the internet, well, how do you choose one person from another? And it hit me that if you know who the secondary benefactor is of choosing somebody professionally, then you're getting more bang for your buck. What I mean by that is that if you know that when you support this local sports store or something like that, you're also supporting the local sports team, then you're making a good impact with your money. And that's something to choose a professional more than just that you like the cut of their jib or something like that. So the answer to this question, I already know a little bit of it as far as what you do in cooperation with your sister there, John. But the question's supposed to be open-ended as far as it could be privately, it could be voluntarily, it could be philanthropically, it could be artistically. But who's out there that you wish you could help more, John?
just the folk that do things out of not knowing, or yes, I'll leave it at that, of not knowing what's possible. Um, Prime example. This. All right. So I know a lot of people. I know people in low places. I know people in high places, right? And let's talk about the guys in the low places, the guys that are in the streets, right? I have conversations with some of them and I talk to them, right? And I say, all right, so you made the decision to be in the streets, to do whatever you're doing in the streets, right? And your reasoning is maybe you have a child, you need to take care of your child, you want to take care of your family, whatever, you need money, right? Okay, I can't tell you to leave the streets because I can't fund what you're trying to take care of, right? But go get life insurance. If you claim you want to take care of your child, you want to take care of your family, go get life insurance because if something happens to you, they're going to be fine. What your funeral is going to be paid for, they're going to be okay. And you've done you've completed what you tried to do. Yes, you had to sacrifice your life for it, but you did what you, as a man, what you wanted to do, set out to do. And no, I don't condone it, but if that's what your objective is, succeed in it and do it in a smarter way. Or if you're just so gung ho in shooting your guns, go join the military where they allow you to shoot your guns for the country and you can shoot your guns all day. Like, like, why do you want to go in the streets and shoot your guns and then get locked up and then or possibly die and you have nothing to show for it? So I that's just the things I say, like the people who just don't who do things and they just don't know. And I want to help, like I said, the youth. The youth, they are shown things in social media and things that are not right, and they follow it because everybody else follows it. And it's because they don't know, because they see what everybody's going left, but the right thing to do is to go right. But because they don't know the right thing to do is to go right, they're going to go left because everybody else is doing it. And I just kind of want to be that guy, just grab them like, oh, we got to go this way, not that way, you know?
Hmm.
So, like I keep saying, the youth, right? I always had a have a passion and a heart for the youth,
Hmm.
and I always wanted to have my own nonprofit, um, tailored to the youth, being able to have chefs come in, teach them how to cook, a barber come in, teach them how to cut their own hair, um, a seamstress to teach them how to sew, because I remember back when I was in school, we had sewing class. They don't
Yep.
got sewing no more. They don't got that no more. We had cooking class. I don't think they got that anymore. Home ec, right?
Right.
So, um, just things that make you a solid person. Taking care of your community, knowing the importance of life, and taking care of the life you have, because tomorrow is never promised, and the people around you are affected by every decision that you make. Like my stepfather, he has a saying. He says, not my stepfather, my father-in-law. He has a saying. He says, everything is every decision is life changing and long lasting. And that stuck with me because my wife always says it too. So that stuck with me, and it's true. Every decision you make is life changing and long lasting, and you affect the people around you. So like I want to be able to help these young men and women, like teach them about hygiene and how to tie a tie, and how to etiquette in a professional environment, and just knowing your surroundings, knowing who's around, and how you should act in those situations. You can't just be a buffoon in certain situations. You gotta know how to straighten up and be a man, be a woman, be a stand-up person. I want to be able to do that. Just teach them financial literacy, teach them the possibilities of life. What else is out there? It's not just your neighborhood. It's not just the city you're in. There's so much more. And yes, you too can get a passport. You can fly places. You can go see other people and food. And a lot of people, they don't understand that because they're not ever exposed to that. So they don't know what else is out there. They just know what's around them. Like I didn't know I was that poor until I seen other stuff, Like you just don't know. Like you're just oblivious to the fact of what's real and what's not. So I just want to be able to do that. And my sister was able to start her nonprofit where she is geared to helping foster youth. Foster youth, and she asked me to be the program director for that, and I was extremely happy to help her with that, and being able to just implement my ideas, teaching these kids about IT, because I have a good friend who has an IT company, so teaching them about IT, and maybe having coaches come in, or ex not ex but ex pros that are reputable pros in our area, like come in and talk. The whole nine, just showing them, yo, I remember when I was a kid, like going around the neighborhood, cutting grass, raking up leaves, like we gonna take a bunch of the kids and we're gonna knock on doors and they're gonna cut grass, they're gonna learn how to hustle, like that's the type of things that I kind of want to instill and show these kids. Like I remember I used to sell candy in high school. I used to sell candy in my book bag. Go to Costco, get the big box of mixed candies, paydays and Snickers and things, and I sell those. And I used to illegally download the
Right.
album come out, and I
Yeah.
burn the CDs, and I sell them for $5. The brand new album that came out, I'm selling it for $5. Like I was that person, you
Yeah.
know. So like I want to just show kids what's possible, man, and so that they don't have to get caught up in that continuous loop of getting in trouble, going to juvenile jail, and or getting put on ankle monitors. Like you're a child. Like you should not be doing this, dog. You're a child. Like live life, experience life. There's more to it than the neighborhood.
Hmm.
More like that. So that's just that's just me, man. I'm a giver. I love to put smiles on people's faces. I love to see people smile more than myself. I love to see people succeed more than myself. And that's also been somewhat of a crutch or a setback in my career since I started. That's why I love to play quarterback because I want to give other people the shine, give them the ball and let them, like that's just who I am. And in basketball, they're like, no, no, go score because you're so talented. You can score. Like you go score. We need you to score. And it's like, dog, but he's open.
Yeah. Yeah. That guy's gonna get it in for sure. It's like,
Like,
yeah.
he's open. And then if he makes it, that's gonna be great for him too. And then if we win, we all win. They're like, no, but that's the thing. It's like in basketball, it's a team sport, but it's not. And
No.
then the person who scores the most is the ones who get to shine. But the other people, they don't really get to shine, even though they're doing the dirty work. They're doing the stuff that's not on the stat sheet. They're not gonna get to shine. The person who scores, that's like I'll have a game, I'll have a game out here. I'm getting people open, they're hitting shots. We win the game or whatever, right? And I can finish with, let's say I finish with 9 points, 12 rebounds or whatever, right? That's not a good game.
Mhm.
Then nobody's gonna come up to me and be like, man, you play so good. But if I come out there and I score 20 plus points, 25 points, 12 rebounds, same thing. And I'm like, yo, you had such a good game. Oh my God, you're such a great player.
Yeah, well, it's a numbers game, and so people get blinded by the data that they can compare really quickly instead of actually taking the time to watch a game and see what's actually going on, that you're building plays and all that. So that's fantastic. My next question that I have here for you, though, it kind of puts the shoe on the other foot. It's I like to imagine that it's like the genie coming out of the lamp or Santa Claus. You get to sit on their lap. The question is, who out there there are people out there in the audience who can help you out, and the question is, how can they do that? So maybe it's supporting the foster care nonprofit that your sister's doing. Maybe it's just getting in touch. What are the best ways that people can help you, John?
Yeah, so the foster the nonprofit is not fully set up yet. It
Hmm.
is in it is in motion and the nonprofit trying to get a nonprofit started takes longer than an LLC.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
A lot longer than an LLC. It'll take months. You got to get approved and then you got to get the grants. And so it's a process and we're just excited for that to get going. Once all of that gets up and running, the website and everything, we're putting it out there for a blast. Um, as far as real estate, my wife and I, we got invited to raise on our first deal. Um, it's a property in Texas,
Hmm.
Princeton, Texas. It's called and it's a 2-year deal, 2-year deal. New development, and it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity because they were able to the company that acquired the property was able to acquire the property on discount, half off. The renovation was 50% complete before the previous company had to pull out.
Mhm.
And being able to get that type of property half off in Princeton, Texas, which is the third fastest growing city in America right now, northeast of Dallas, Texas, and they are building a Universal Studios about 45 minutes from there.
Oh, wow.
Um, and also the property is one of, I believe, three multifamilies in the city. And they have a waiting list. It's a 306 unit, and they have a waiting list of about 500 and something people already.
Hmm. Hmm.
So they're expecting to sell the property at around 70, 75 million.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Hmm.
it's
Excellent.
it, it's a great opportunity for investors.
Right.
And it's a 2-year deal, and they're able to get in, get on out, get their capital. So what we're doing right now, folks who are interested in something like that, I'm available and we can talk.
Yeah, definitely. And you got to make sure you get that documentation of your substantive relationships to satisfy the lawyers, especially if you're non-accredited, then that ship has already sailed. As far as you have to have that in place before the deal's actually started. But that's fantastic. And so, of course, I'm sure everybody in the audience is sitting there thinking, okay, well, how do I reach out to make that stuff happen? Of course, I'm going to sandbag that for a second, talk about myself. I'm fortunate enough to have a pretty distinct last name. It makes me really easy to find on LinkedIn, which is the social media platform where I spend most of my time. So that's the best way to reach out for that. But John, as far as you're concerned, website, social media, like what's the best way to reach out?
So all of my social media is the same: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. It is John Jon Arledge. All of it, you'll see me. I'm 6'9". I'm the biggest one out there. So John Arledge on Instagram, um, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Um, nah, I can't give my phone number out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is probably best
But,
to reach out other ways.
also my email is John at bgpropertiesllc.com. So
All
Be
right.
Great is the name of my company.
Perfect, beautiful. And so that is the ways, that's who John helps professionally, that's who he wishes he could help more, how people can help John, and how to reach out. But my last question for you, John, is did you know that if the people in the audience hit that downright hideous subscribe button down there, that helps me? Ding.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Right? Exactly. And it doesn't cost him a thing. All it really does, full disclosure, it means that my videos may show up on your list of suggestions. There's no guarantee about that either. But quite frankly, all it really means is that those deadbeats at YouTube might actually start paying for these videos instead of me. And I think that would be amazing. So, but the important thing is that even if you do see the videos on your list of suggestions, you don't even have to watch them. Quite frankly, I just appreciate the fact that you spent this time with me. Just like John, I appreciate you joining me. This has been fantastic.
Sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks. Hey there. Are you interested in commercial real estate deals? Would you like to build your network of investors and deal sponsors? Well, the best thing I can do for you is have you appear on a chance encounter interview as featured on dandoesdeals.com. You may know me from 506 Me or as a top commercial real estate voice on LinkedIn. And if I had to think of the top factors in your success in commercial real estate, my top two would be your network and your ability to effectively explain how deals work with effective communication. The 15-minute chance encounter format, it checks both of those boxes, and they ensure that you can share your private deals with me without the SEC calling it a public solicitation. So hop onto LinkedIn. You can see my name is over here, Dan Fredenberg, and search for my name. And the best way to reach me and book that is to message me through LinkedIn. And don't worry, it doesn't matter if you decided to enter this space just last week or 2 weeks ago, or if it was decades ago. It'll be fun and easy to look good. We're just asking multiple choice questions based on your core competencies you look to contribute, your level of sophistication, all that kind of stuff. So I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.